everybody, and welcome to Masterclass. Now, this is my kitchen. I have got a friend with me today. John Fell, fellow chef, has called in. We are socially distanced, but we thought we'd cook together because it's Easter weekend. And I have crafted out some lovely recipes just to bring together, for me, like the perfect Easter Sunday roast. And now we all love roast. What would you have?
I love it. I'm a chef. I love any roast.
Yeah.
Chicken, lamb, beef. I'm quite old-fashioned. I'm a comfort food kind of guy because I cook quite. I suppose you'd class it as quite flashy dishes in a restaurant.
Not the kind of food you eat at home.
No, of course
no. But I think Sunday roast is just one of those dishes that should be for home. I'm not a big fan of it in restaurants and things like that, because I just think it's one of those things that you just put everything all on the table and you gather around and you enjoy it. So what we're going to do is we're going to roast this beautiful organic chicken that I've got here with 40 cloves of garlic. Now that sounds like a lot, and a friend of mine over there who hates garlic is giving me the 40 cloves. Amazing. It will be sweet and delicious. It sounds like a lot, but I promise you it will be really, really good. It's a classic French recipe. And once you've tried it, 40 will be the benchmark for garlic cloves. You'll love it. But first, Marmite roast potatoes. Now, John.
Yes.
I know you are not a fan of Marmite. Are you?
No. And we've talked about you pulled my leg. You ring me quite a lot about this. No, and I've nothing. It's just one of those things. I have nothing to base it on. I just can't. I can't love it, and I don't know why.
You can, you will, and I'll get you there.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have to.
Marmite roast potato. Now, what we're going to do is we've got the potatoes. We're going to cut them into sort of quarters, sometimes thirds. What the most important thing is getting them all the right size so they cook evenly. Okay, so whether it's in half or in thirds, whatever shape you do, you might want them smaller. Like my mother-in-law makes them even smaller, so they're even crispier, and that's okay too. But what we're going to do is we're going to get them into the pan with salted boiling water, and the important bit is we boil them for 10 minutes. This is my recipe, this is how I was taught to do it. They boil for 10 minutes, you strain them, let all the steam out, heat the oil, and off we go. But I'm adding Marmite to mine, because you get this real umami, crispy yumminess, and it is just to die for, I promise you. So, salted boiling water, bring it up to the boil, and then 10-minute timer, okay? So that gives us enough time to concentrate on the chicken now. Okay, so we've got a few flavours here. I've got all my garlic cloves. Let's get rid of that dish. Now, Emily sat over there thinking, crikey, 40 garlic cloves. Go on, give me your first question.
Put me on the spot.
I know, did it on purpose. If you have any questions, John, fire them in. And obviously, if you sat there watching on Facebook, please post your questions and I will answer them and go through them. If I don't answer straight away, which I will try to, I will answer over the course of the weekend. And if you do try this recipe, please send me some pictures, because I do like to see what you get up to. Now, I've got this beautiful big roasting tray, all right? This is Masterclass. It's their new colour, and it is just brilliant.
I love it.
It is like big, it's got loads of space for everything to roast, and it's got a lid, and what's even better is it actually works on induction.
Right, oh, right. Okay.
So if you need to sort of crank the heat up to get things going, you can. I don't need to today, but you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this chicken going first. Am I alright leaving that tray there, Emily?
Move it towards the
There?
Yeah.
Is that acceptable? Okay. So we're going to get the flavours going first. So we've got some onions. You could also use shallots if you like. And this is just to give us... We're going to make a sauce with all the garlic and some white wine and everything, and cream. It's going to be really delicious. Again, very classic French flavours. We're going to add in some tarragon, which will be delish. I love tarragon. Don't use it much anymore, do we?
I think things, herbs and spices and all that kind of come in and out of fashion, don't they? And tarragon was huge.
It was old school, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was huge, wasn't it? But it's fantastic. It's great.
Great with fish, isn't it?
Very versatile. Fish, beef as well. Beef, weirdly, beef.
Really?
Yeah, beef and tarragon. Yeah.
I suppose like beef and aniseed work, don't they?
Yeah,
no, I'm getting you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we're heading to Easter.
Yeah.
A lot of people cook fish on Friday, don't they?
Yes.
You are the fish man of this area, without a doubt. So what's good? Obviously, with lockdown, I'm guessing fishing is a little bit different in terms of what's going on out there. I haven't seen, to be honest.
It's tough, but the fishermen are still out there.
Are they?
Yeah, they're still out there and they're still doing their thing. And the reason I say that is because at the moment, skate is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, skate wings?
Skate wings,
Love it.
absolutely fantastic.
So how do you serve a skate wing? Do you do it with brown butter?
Yeah, I mean, that's again, we're talking classic,
Yeah,
aren't we? I mean, skate with brown butter, capers, parsley, squeeze of lemon.
Nice.
Touch of white wine if you want to
yeah.
really flash. I know you are as well. I'm a huge believer in letting the ingredients speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So let all of this lovely stuff speak for itself. Don't mess around with it. And it's the same with fish. You know, skate is one of those fish that there's lots of people steer away from it, but it's got.
It's because it's on the bone, isn't it? That's what scares people.
But if you are one of those people that are slightly sort of anxious about fish and bones, skate is probably...
It's a good one to take off. Comes off in one piece, doesn't it?
It just falls off. It's almost cartilage, actually. Yeah. It's not
really, a true bone, is it?
It's not a true bone, and it will just fall off. It's absolutely
nice.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe we'll have to do that one day.
We will.
So potatoes are up to the boil now. Okay, in real time. I've got a lemon in there. I've got my 2 onions. I've got bay leaf, which I think is lovely. Again, it's a herb that people don't use much of. I love it. John, there's some rosemary and thyme just over there. Could you pass that for me, please? Lovely, thank you very much. Rosemary and thyme is pretty much all I've got left in the garden at the moment because we're just starting to garden and things like that. So we're going to put a little bit around there because I love fresh herbs. I couldn't cook without them.
No.
Honestly, it's so important.
I'm the same. I must admit, at the moment, I mean, the rosemary and the thyme, it's always there, isn't it? All year round.
Yeah.
But I've just noticed in my garden that the parsley's starting to thrive and the chives are starting to come through.
Good stuff.
It's great. It's great.
So, I've got my chicken here. This is going to take 90 minutes to roast at 180 degrees. What I want to do is I just want to get all my garlic and pop it in the cavity. I've decided to put it in the cavity actually and see what happens because I think it's just going to be amazing. Yeah. You could just put them around the garlic, around the chicken if you want, but I think this is going to be really good. Emily's looking at me like, oh my god, what is he doing? Some thyme and some rosemary in there.
There's people are going to be watching this and you put 40 cloves of garlic in the chicken and there's going to be people going, what on earth is he doing?
Yeah.
But you know, I know, and some of the people watching will know, but once the garlic starts to cook and it mellows and it goes, it's beautiful, isn't it?
This will steam inside. Yeah. As the garlic gets hot, it will steam and just push all the flavour from the inside out. It's going to be really, really good. What I'm going to do is to speed this up and get the juices going as well is the thigh is there. Can you see that all right, Emily?
Just turn it round towards this camera.
To this camera here.
Yeah.
Emily wants me to be right-handed today, and I'm not. So the thigh is here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to score it. This is the bit that takes the longest to cook. So I've got 3 cuts there. Turn it round, and 3 cuts there. And this will help release a lot of the juices. And then I'm just going to pop that into the roasting tray, and just tuck everything round. Just wash my hands. Right, okay, so I have got some olive oil. This is going to help. Can you see the chicken all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So let's just give it some olive oil. And that'll really help crisp it up beautifully. And then plenty of salt on the outside, because that'll help the skin. And then some cracked pepper. And then we've got some white wine. Okay, so we're just going to add a splash of white wine. In we go. That's about a John Felder.
That's definitely one of my splashes.
And then this is going to go in the oven. Now I'm going to lid off for the beginning. I'm going to give it an hour with lid off, and then I'm going to put the lid on, which will trap all the moisture in, so it lifts up, hits the lid, and back down, so it makes it really, really nice and juicy. Right, in the oven.
Go.
Chicken is in the oven. It's going to take 90 minutes. That's fairly standard, isn't it, for a roast chicken? So while we're doing that, potatoes have had 10 minutes in boiling salted water, so we need to drain them. So I've got me jugs here. So these are Masterclass Space Saver ones because they all look fit inside each other. Brilliant. I love these. They've got a handle on them, so it's much easier to use. I've got the colander piece inside the jug, and then we're just going to pour them through. Okay, get rid of that. Now, the good thing is I can just lift off the hot water, get rid of that. So, what we now need to do is let all that steam out. See, the steam is your enemy for roast potatoes. If you just put those straight into oil, all that moisture's in there, that's going to prevent crisping up. So you need to let all the steam out, and then what we're going to do is ruffle the edges. I'm going to pass this over to John. Can you ruffle my potatoes while we get the oil out?
I certainly will, yeah.
Now this is going to be your favourite bit, John, because this is where the Marmite comes into play.
Right.
This is where we try and convince you. Alright?
Today could be the day.
Today could be the day. Now, let me show Emily. Where's the best camera to show this?
Yeah.
Here? Can you see the texture of the potatoes that he's fluffed up?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want to know why he's fluffed them up? So what he's done is he's created texture around the potatoes, which means when it hits the oil, they're going to go much crispier and much fluffier. But we need the magic ingredient. Now, for all you lot in Australia that are watching, thinking, oh, Vegemite will do it, doesn't cut it. Marmite's the king. Alright? This is basically, if you don't like Marmite, you could use umami. You could use miso paste, couldn't you?
Miso paste, yeah.
And it would do a similar thing. It would not be as good. Now, my dad was in the army, and they had Marmite roast potatoes all the time, and this is kind of where I learned it from. Can you see this all right, Emily?
I can't see anything.
Can you not? Where would you like me to go to see inside the pan?
Just tilt it towards this camera here.
Okay, no problem. Let me just move this down then so that you can see.
Yeah.
You see it there?
If you take the chopping board.
Oh, she's very good. There?
Move it further. Just remove the chopping
Shall I just move the chopping board? There we go. Can you see in there now?
Well, yeah, if you tilt it towards that camera just so we can see inside.
Which camera?
This camera.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see the Marmite all bubbling up and going lovely? And like I say, get a little bit of miso paste and do the same, alright? For John, because he's not going to do this. I don't know why I'm showing him this, because I know full well he's not going to make this at home. He probably doesn't even have a jar of Marmite in his house.
I don't. No, I don't.
John, what's wrong with you?
It's the devil's food, isn't it, John?
I need to be careful what I say because you've got the king of Marmite here, so I kind of.
I genuinely, look, put on Facebook, tell me, lover or hater. You all know what I'm talking about. Let's find out. Let's do a poll. Who loves Marmite and who hates it? And I bet it's half and half, or thereabouts.
It's definitely one of those love or hate.
Yeah. So, potatoes going in. Now, sure, I know you don't like Marmite, but as a chef, you get this, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
of course I do. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is just move them about a little bit. And what I actually like to do, and a lot of people forget to do this, is turn them.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the tops of the potatoes have no oil on them. So they're not going to roast. They're just going to bake in the oven. Whereas if you carefully take the time to sort of turn them over and get them all glistening in that beautiful Marmite. I'm going to get him to taste one of these on camera, and we'll post it.
Right, give me.
And we'll see what face he pulls.
It's like that section, isn't it, where they do the food that you hate. And
It's that, yeah, it is. It's your loving.
We are getting more Saturday Kitchen by the week, aren't we? Let's be honest. Right, so, can you see all those, Emily?
Tilt it towards camera too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All coated, little glisten of oil and ready for the oven. Okay, these are going to take about 45 minutes to cook. Chicken and potatoes are nearly ready, so it's time to turn our attention to the vegetables. Now, I've got some beautiful kale. Now, I went to the shops, and I know you love kale, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, I may well be the Marmite king, kale king.
Yeah.
But we've got two different colours. Have you seen these ones before?
Yeah.
Beautiful colours.
Yeah, brilliant.
So we're going to cook these, and I'm going to cook them in some butter and white wine and roasted hazelnuts.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really, really nice contrast. And I've got a treat for you.
Oh, wow.
Now, I came across this wine the other day, actually on Instagram. This is where we find the new things. Beef's a rosé Malbec. Now, I love Malbec, the red wine. I think it's beautiful red wine for food. And then I saw this on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, my wife's gonna love this. So we actually tried it last night, arrived yesterday. We tried it and it is delicious, but I thought I know you like your rosés, don't you?
Yeah.
You'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
Let me pop some in there for you to taste. Emily's, like, I can feel Emily's eyes burning in the back of my head. But I think that is a beautiful rosé wine. That's going to be amazing with the chicken, and it's going to be beautiful with the kale and the hazelnuts. It's not too sweet. It's quite dry and crisp, almost slightly acidic for a rosé.
You see, that is right up my street because it's.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
It's really fruity, but unlike lots of rosés, it's not sweet. It's really
not, is it?
dry and crisp.
It is.
No, I like that.
I think it's I think it's a foodie's rosé now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just going to pull the kale off the stalk. Leave that bit. The guinea pig will have that. But it's quite tough and at the bottom. And I've seen some fantastic tools that you can actually use to strip off the kale. But I can just remove it with my hand. It's just grabbing the top bits.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a juicer, you could juice that and get all the nutrients out of it if you wanted to. But John's more of a rosé juicer than a vegetable juicer, if I'm honest.
We all secretly are really though, aren't we?
Yeah. Can't put rosé in your juice in the morning. It's unacceptable, Emily.
Well, yeah.
Right, so that's the purple one, and then this sort of greeny one it's a very different leaf.
Yeah.
But it's the same. It's a different type of kale that I bought from the supermarket. But I'm just gonna again just twist it about halfway, and I'm actually gonna wash this. Because there's a little bit of soil on there, I can see. I'm just going to use this one, John. So I'm going to pop it straight into my colander and just give it a quick rinse.
And it's so versatile, isn't it?
Kale.
Because I've used it in so many different ways. I mean, even shredding it up, putting it through salad.
Yeah.
Through a salad.
It's probably better for you raw, isn't it?
Yeah,
I thought.
It's great,
I think it's I think it's great for what we're about to do as well. We're just going to very roughly chop it. You could use a different kind of cabbage as well, because we actually have viewers scattered all over the world. It's the first time you've done the Masterclass kitchen with us. I think last weekend we had Australia, we had America, we had Spain. It's amazing, like Facebook Live, such an amazing place to sort of share your kitchen, and obviously we designed this kitchen studio so that we could do this sort of thing. And on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock we do supper at 6 with my kids because they love cooking and they're really coming on. Lockdown has been the best thing for the kids learning to cook more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock we make a show during the week and broadcast it on a Saturday morning, which is this one, which is more about sort of learning skills for the weekend and a bit more time so that you can cook. So we're going to get a little bit of oil in here, not too much because we are going to cook with butter, but I want a mix of the two.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pop the kale straight in. You can hear that sizzle, that is a good sound. And then we'll season it up a little bit. The salt again, I actually, people forget salt works as drawing moisture out, which speeds cooking up, which is really, really good. So let's just get a spoon. And we'll give that a little turn. So I'm using my, this is the pan, I use this pan all the time.
Yeah,
it is the Masterclass, it is the Smart Ceramic, but it's the 4 litre shallow one. And they've actually got these new rubber handles now, which are really good, especially for the kids in the kitchen. But I love them because you can just pop them in the oven and, they're so versatile. And you can see everything that's going on. Right, So that's just started. Now, I've got some hazelnuts here. These are already roasted. So when I buy my hazelnuts, I roast them, cool them down, and then they're ready to go. So that they're quick and easy. I mean, beautiful, really tasty. Lovely Italian ones, those. They come from the north of Italy.
I love hazelnuts.
Delicious. And then I'm just gonna chop them once in half. Because I want the texture.
Yeah.
Now, you could use walnuts, you could use pine nuts, whichever you prefer. I mean, just because you haven't got hazelnuts doesn't mean you can't make this dish. It really doesn't. So, I'm going to put some butter in. I want it creamy, but I don't want to add cream. I don't want the heaviness of cream. So we're going to use butter. We're going to put that in, and we all know that Emily has an aversion to butter, but we'll put that extra bit in for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm getting better.
You are getting better or butter?
Oh.
No. Where are the kids when I have a joke like that, eh? So, move it around.
I don't say the word, yeah. Boom-tish.
Yeah. You are a drummer, aren't you?
I am a drummer, yeah.
He's learned the drums and I've locked down, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, in with the hazelnuts. Lovely. How's that wine working out for you?
It's, do you know what? It is.
You like it, aren't you?
I know you were telling me about this, and
Little splash in there. Only a splash because my wife wants to drink the rest.
yeah, I was kind of not that I didn't believe you, but I I'm not sure. But it's
But it's one of those things as chefs, isn't it? You find a new product and you're like, oh, I've got to tell such and such about it, or such and such. And I knew instantly, because I've seen many a post of John Fell with his glass of rosé and his feet up after a long shift.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, he's going to be all over that. Now, for me, that's cooked.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, literally, if I just show you, the colour is still vibrant, it's really good and healthy and fresh. The alcohol of the wine has burnt away and it's just melted together with the butter and the wine, and that's it. I'm going to pop the lid on, and then we're going to take the chicken out of the oven, and then we'll get the potatoes out, and we are nearly ready to serve. So everything is ready now. Now, John, I know you're waiting eagerly for these Marmite roast potatoes, but I tell you what, they look like good roast potatoes.
Not really.
They do
Look
they do
at
smell.
those. Can you see those, Emily?
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
good. They look good. Look, there you go. Let me get you a little sample to try. There you go. There's a nice little crispy one there for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
See what you think.
Okay.
I'm just going to lift these out, just drain them off a little bit. Do you like a twiglet? Or are they too Marmitey for you?
I do occasionally like a twig.
Well, then you like Marmite, don't you?
Yeah.
Have I converted you?
Do you know what? I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. These are.
There's another one.
These are really good.
I told you.
I am partially converted.
Oh. Do you know what? I think we're nearly ready for a Marmite sandwich together, John.
Oh, now.
So it's had its second half of its roast with the lid on, and you can see all the moisture is trapped inside, okay? So what I'm going to do is just get some tongs, and I'm going to lift the chicken out and let it rest while we make the sauce. And hopefully, lots of garlic's going to fall out. So, ow. It's very hot.
Smell the garlic.
Yeah.
Kerry would love this, wouldn't he? We all know that is. Right, so just give it a little wiggle. Get some of the garlic out. Right, pop that in there. Now, all these juices, let me move the kale over. Let me grab a pan. Full heat. And let's just drain the juices straight into a pan, and we're going to boil and reduce these down. Make sure, remember the lemon that we put in? Give it a squeeze, get the lemon out. Get those garlic cloves in.
Counted all 14 to the
Yeah, got to count them in, count them out. You need 40. Alright, there we go. That's come up to the boil straight away. Now, This is where we're going to go a little bit old school. I want to add some dried tarragon. If you've got fresh, fine. With dried, it's a lot stronger. So you only want to add a little bit. And then we're just going to finish it with a little bit of indulgence, some double cream, because I just think this is going to be so nice. I'm going to add a touch of pepper to season it. We'll have a taste before we finish that. Look at that. It's just old school, isn't it? It's proper. It kind of makes me think about when I was first a chef, and we basically added butter and cream to everything. Yeah, which made it better. Okay, and then I just want to get all those garlic cloves. Oh my goodness, look at that. Can you see all those, Emily?
Yeah.
Look at that. Right, let's get that into the sauce. All those lovely garlic cloves, they've gone really soft and squidgy, and they've done their job. They've put loads and loads of flavour into the chicken. There we go.
When you roast garlic like that as well, what people don't realise as well, in this sauce like this, it makes it really almost sort of sweet and sticky, doesn't it? And really unctuous.
They just go really soft and lovely, and they're not harsh like garlic is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So we've got our kale as well, so let's just serve that up straight into there. So really nice, fresh, buttery greens, the perfect contrast. There we go. Oops. Just give that a quick wipe down. And there you go. That is my 40 garlic clove roast chicken, Marmite roast potatoes, and kale with butter and roasted hazelnuts. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter. But before we go, we need desserts. Now, Easter wouldn't be Easter without hot cross buns, and that's kind of our absolute favourite. So we've done a video recipe, so check that out. Have a go at baking them. If you want any of these recipes, go to masterclass.co website. You will find them all there. Have a great Easter, and I'll see you next week.